My paternal aunt had to actually chase us out from the flat, leaving us with no home. That was when we actually seek accommodation at the void deck itself. She decided to pack all her stuff and walk away right in front of us. When we actually begged her and she chose to actually still walk away, that was when we decided that maybe it would be better for her to actually really walk away from our life entirely. I think that is why my siblings and I took a longer time to actually decide when we want to settle down in our life. There is some form of fear for us to actually go through this whole marriage or engagement or having to actually love someone. Hi, my name is Zulayqha. I'm 26 years old. I work as a social work associate in a family service center. When I was 16 years old, my parents actually decided to file for a divorce. And that's when things took a different turn in our life. The main cause of the divorce was definitely my father's retrenchment. Having to actually provide for the family all this while and suddenly not being able to provide was a huge impact for him. And my mother was equally helpless because she has been a homemaker all her life, ever since she got married to my dad. Financially, we were struggling, and most of the time, my parents actually quarreled over financial means and as well as how to actually provide for my siblings and I. My relationship with my parents were very strained. We didn't actually communicate a lot. So my parents did not plan ahead on a stable accommodation for my siblings and I. So at the point of time, the only goal that they had was to actually seek accommodation from several relatives. Both my mother and my father have been creating quite a scene at my relative places over whatever differences that they have as a couple. We were actually sleeping at the study corner for quite a while, and we actually took turns to rest. We established like a sleeping shift arrangement. The reason why we actually established this because also at the study corner there will be some people who actually loiter and actually have a drink. So we take turns to sleep lah. So those who are actually awake will actually spend time revising or completing our schoolwork while the other two will actually sleep. There'll be days that we actually only have maybe 2 or 3 hours of sleep. My younger brother actually alerted me to inform me that my mother has not been home for 3 days. That was when we actually realized something was amiss. I was very angry because at the point of time, at the back of my head was, how irresponsible can you get? Like, can it just not get any better than this? It was only after I realized that she was actually sick. I actually went to the hospital to care for her. We visited her. A few weeks later, she had recovered and was able to be discharged from the hospital. We thought that we could bring her back home and, we could live in a peaceful and harmonious environment. Unfortunately, she decided to pack all her stuff and walk away right in front of us. When that whole episode happened, I could remember clearly my younger brother and I begged her to stay. It was just like you opening like another can of worms over and over again. And it was very exhausting because even if it means having her to just be there and not do anything, that would actually like hold us on the ground. When we actually begged her and she chose to actually still walk away, that was when we decided that maybe it would be better for her to actually really walk away from our life entirely. After the void deck episode, that was when I actually felt that we need to actually start somewhere and we cannot entirely be dependent to our parents. So we were very clear that we wanted to actually seek for a proper accommodation. Then the whole concept of the interim rental housing came into the picture, and that's when my siblings and I went to HDB to actually apply for it. I'm working full-time as a social work associate. I don't want children who face similar or same situation as me to feel like they do not have anyone to hold on to I would want to be of support to them if they are experiencing similar struggles or same struggle as me, because I knew what it feels like to have nothing. So I do not want them to feel like they have nothing too. Apart from my social work career, my siblings and I also established a ground-up initiative called Project Hills. So in Project Hills, we actually aim to work closely with rental estate residents to ensure that their day-to-day functioning and their daily necessities are met. The most fortunate thing that had happened between our family would be the fact that we as siblings have very close rapport, and we make it a point to actually have open communication among ourselves. I think we also make it a point that whatever had happened between our parents, we should not take it as a benchmark as to how we live our life. And we made it clear among ourselves that we do not want our children to actually experience the same episode as us. While we have no control of who our parents are, but we have control of what kind of parent we are in future.